Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly with this week's review. Some of you love the Final Destination movies. I get it. I completely comprehend. Jeffrey Reddick, who wrote them, is from Breathitt County, Kentucky. Been on the show, been on Bonehead. I like parts of them, but for the most part, they've never really been my cup of tea. To me, they're just another version of torture porn. It's a neat, nifty idea with some really great sequences. I always remember the train or the truck sequence in part two. Lots of those, but if you ask me the plot lines of any of them, in fact, I had to Google how many there were before Final Destination Bloodlines. Watching the opening of this, which was recommended to me by a friend who liked it a lot, and I liked it too. I do. This week's movie, I enjoyed it. The opening sequence, so good, so well made. Problem is, with a lot of these movies, then you go to the movie and it's like, and then you kind of get into it. To me, hey, there's a cat. To me, these aren't really, they are horror films, but this to me is a comedy. I laughed quite a bit because it's quit Ash. You're not in this video. To me, this is a comedy for the most part. Kind of like Weapons is kind of a comedy. You're not really scared, are you, of any of these Final Destination movies? You don't really get terrified. You want to see somebody get murdered in some sort of grotesque, creative kill. That's what you're there for. However you do it, however you get it, that's how you're getting your rocks off. I understand it. Does this movie deliver on that? Yes. Also has the last performance of the late great Tony Todd, who was such a nice person to me when I met him a couple of times, and had a great personality, wonderful storyteller, delivers a really good performance at his one scene here. I wish there was more. In fact, the only big thing I can the only kind of rock I can throw at this movie is the casting. Most of the cast is fine, forgettable. The lead, totally forgettable. Some of the supporting players are much better. The opening people in the openings, the people in the opening sequence. You ever had a cat attack you during these things? It happens during your reviews. It just happened to me. Better than the kind of the lead. Very uninteresting. You don't really care how people get killed. Now, it is slightly better, the production, the execution, and what I found out was it's actually written, one of the writers and the producer of it is John Watts. And I mean nothing to you, but John Watts gave you the last Spider-Man trilogy. And I was like, why John Watts? It's him. So it's slightly above average. Is it good? Yes. Do you have HBO Max or whatever it's called now? If you do, go ahead. Everybody's going to be laughing about this later. Quiet! This is just like prom all over again. If you have Max, check out Final Destination's Bloodline. If you've probably already seen it, I'm one of the last ones to this because I'm not a huge fan of the franchise. One of the better ones I ever saw. Really did like it. Some flaws. Don't really care about who dies, but I don't know that you should. And one of the big critiques I have of it, of the logic, is one character who shouldn't be killed gets killed, and no one could really kind of explain why that is, why death took them out. Death as a slasher film. Final Destination Bloodlines, some great kills, enjoyed it, and if you have Max and you haven't seen it, check it out there, well worth the watch. This has been Joe Lewis and my cat Ash for Bonehead Weekly. He's licking me!